There's more news of that today. Well, it's okay to have drones killing them. But still people know, well, these are remote control. Some of these are autonomous, AI computers, Terminator, Skynet. We don't like this, but I guess it's okay. It's for Al-Qaeda. So this really became a big issue, and states were getting upset, and they introduced legislation on Monday in the House. Ron Paul has supported it. Rand Paul has supported accompanying legislation in the Senate. It was really gaining traction. So what do? They play possum. Oh, there's no drones. No. Though, the people on Fox News, what's her name? Megyn Kelly? I forget. Yeah, we have the clip in there. She got it wrong. It was not unmanned drones. It was EPA spying on farmers and ranchers all over the country in Cessnas with camera pods. So yes, we're spying, but it's not drones, and you're discredited. And all they did was go into our article, and with one link about their spying, and then we had other links about their research projects using unmanned drones to spy, and they just took that one area and built a straw man and said it wasn't true. And ran 500-plus articles on the news, just clicking Google News, thousands of hits I saw on blogs and Democratic operative sites, just saying, ha, it doesn't exist. Alex Jones, the evil kook, conspiracy theorist, right-wing extremist, and then his cohort Drudge that picked it up and made it go viral, and everyone picked it up, and they're discredited. And the Fox News girl, she said, okay, we're wrong. It's not drones. It's manned aircraft spying. And the Daily Show picked it up. It's so funny. So I called Watson up, and he was on vacation for a week and a half visiting family. He gets back. I talked to him Wednesday night, and I said, listen, I know I've read articles on air, and I said, I've sent some to you. Do an article on this. I said, I sent you a list of the EPA, the FDA, the Department of Agriculture with all these drones. And they've been buying them since 2009, 3 years ago. Here it is. So he did the article today. And here it is. He went and found a whole bunch more, and it's admitted, and yes, they're doing it. Of course they are. I saw articles 5-6 years ago, and we pulled them back up, where they have the NSA spy satellites. First article I saw was in the Denver Post, and it was about farmers building barns when they've been told they can't with environmental laws, and being caught expanding a barn with a spy satellite. I mean, and I pulled up the other day, literally 15 articles, 20 articles, a big stack, and read them on air about this. Okay? So, yes, it's going on. And it just shows how they roll it all out and say they're spying on you, and they're arming them, and there's Predator drones run by the Air Force arresting people on their ranches in North Dakota. I mean, you saw that last year. And there have been more arrests now. And they're using them. And they're coming on people's property. And so we finally wake up. People finally get upset. They get up in arms politically. And the psych warfare goes, it doesn't exist. And there's all these condescending articles laughing at everyone strategically in all the farming towns. I mean, my listeners have been calling me, sending me clippings of it. It's just everywhere. There are no drones. It's no big deal. Oh, but we are watching you with Cessnas. They've been doing that for 20 years. Now it's getting bad. They fly over, and after a rainstorm, this is happening all over the country now, and they either say you've got a puddle that formed in a ravine on your property and then come and say it's a wetland and try to take it. They're actually taking houses every day. I see it every few weeks, but if you look, there's just thousands of cases a year. I mean, it's crazy. Look it up. Or they go and they show that you've got a feedlot on your own property and it rains, and they show brown water running off towards a stream a half-mile away. And they come with fines with that as the evidence and fine you for that life. Little bits of cow manure. There have always been bovine and animals walking around. There were probably more buffalo roaming than there are cows today. They've done metric breakdowns on that, actuaries. What do you think their dung did, ran into the rivers? What do you think makes the big Nile Delta so healthy? For the fish. You ever watch National Geographic? That would be basically a dead river if it wasn't for, wait for it, hippopotamus poop. Again, this is part of life on our planet. If a pig farm, the big industrial pig farm, with 500,000 pigs and toxic methane dumping out, killing rivers, they always get left alone if they're big agro. No, it's little farms, little ranches, everywhere. There's a guy who creeps around who's part of one of these groups where we've got a family ranch back to 1830 in East Texas, and he goes around harassing people and doing all sorts of stuff and trying to cause problems. And it's like the mafia, and the local town ends up kissing his hind end to make him leave him alone. How about people get back in his face? You see, it's pathetic what we've turned into as a country. And we're just so accustomed to the mainstream media lying about us, we don't even get upset about it anymore. I mean, they called yours truly, you know, a liar, that I published, quote, bogus articles to deceive people. And you know, occasionally we get something wrong or a date wrong, or I mean I make mistakes, but not as much as a lot of people. Got a pretty good track record. You know, it sounds wild what we talk about because reality is so wild. But the mainstream media, they try to lie so many times, especially if it's been politicized. If it's just, oh, this car wrecked here at this intersection, it's usually true. Or if it's watermelons cost this much at Winn-Dixie this week, or this mayor got reelected, or they're putting in a bypass on the highway here, or this company went bankrupt. Yeah, that's true. But when it's some big political agenda and you see it in 500 newspapers in a week that there are no drones, that is a specific order that goes out from the highest levels of the power structure that, whoa, just like the TSA thing, this drone thing, people are realizing, hey, we're the enemy now. Our money's being used against us. There's this Skynet above us that's flying, and government loves that idea that it's God, and they're going to, with our tax money, launch 30,000 drones. It's all been announced, and then we start talking about it. Drudge breaks the Berlin Wall of media blackout. It goes viral, and then they freak out. Yeah, this that Missoulian article was syndicated in a bunch of places out of Montana. Show folks that. That's one of the articles where it says, conservative talk radio host Alex Jones published the bogus drone story on his website, Infowars.com, on June 4th, complete with a photograph of a military drone flying through blue skies. Yeah, with a link to Wired Magazine and CBS about them arresting people with military drones over the U.S. for farming infractions. I mean, it's in the news. The next day, the New American, a bi-weekly owned by the ultra-conservative John Birch Society, reported the bogus story. The story credited Nebraska's congressional delegation for the news. The gist of the New American story was that drones are being used to spy on large feedlots where cattle urine and feces highly concentrated and potentially threaten water supplies. It goes on how it was picked up by Fox News, and then they got asked questions, you know, at the White House press conference, and it's, oh, so terrible, and there's other articles about the evil Drudge Report's the one that did it. He's got too much power. People don't listen to us anymore. It's terrible. This is what they do. Well, here's the article, and I want folks, I noticed in almost all these articles, though, I clicked on them, our people were hammering and going, oh, what about this link? What about Wired Magazine? What about the admissions of the drones being used by the government for environmental reasons? And manned aircraft. The point is, we're being spied on. The point is, you don't want momentum building to kill legislation. You want to act like it's not fashionable to be against drones. See, it's all about you being ignorant. They think you're stupid, and you'll just, oh, it's not fashionable? Oh, I get laughed at if I talk about them? Oh, I better not talk about them then. Oh, I get laughed at if I talk about a new world order? Here's our article at Infowars.com. Yes, the EPA is using spy drones to monitor farms, and we link to mainstream news and to the EPA. So there it is, since 2009, almost 3 years ago, and we have the links to it. Yes, the EPA is using spy drones to monitor farms. Federal agency developed UAVs years ago to keep tabs on land use. And it goes on right there, mainly about areas where they say you're not allowed to build on your own property because the feds just dropped by, or for wetland designation, a puddle, they'll literally take your property, and there it is. In the particular case of the feedlots where the state folks complained, the legislators, they were using manned ones. But it doesn't matter. That's how they build straw men and play games. Have they announced 30,000 drones? Yes. Are they using them to spy on us? Yes. And we have this article from one of the festivals in Miami. Drone used to spy on Miami partygoers. And I went and checked. This is the drone the police department bought. I found newscasts with this drone and others. And it was flying around watching people partying. So there it is, being used against evil partygoers. Drone used to spy on Miami partygoers. See the video at Infowars.com. For a long time, you've heard me talk about building your own food supply. Bad John.
Big Bad John.
Okay. Coming up, we're going to, again, talk to the maker of Dreams from My Real Father. It investigates the providence and the real identity of Barack Obama. And it's pretty darn compelling. In fact, my good old boy guts, my hound dog snout, my bloodhound snout, tells me, ding, 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 we got it. We got your daddy. We know who your daddy is. Your mama, your daddy, your greedy, greedy granny went beep, beep, beep down Sesame Street. So we're going to be, hey, my buddy, I remember my buddy's little sister actually had like some of the early hip-hop rap in like the early 80s. She was like 3 years old. It was playing on one of those 45s, you know, on a child's record player. That's an actual rap there. I didn't come up with that. I'd be plagiarizing if I didn't tell you that I remember hearing that on some Sesame Street comedy record or something, I think it was. Oh my gosh, we've now really plunged into weirdness. Hey, it's gallows humor. I can't just be serious all the time. This stuff gets to me, okay? Oh boy. So, by the way, I saw the comments on this article at Infowars.com by Paul Watson, drone used to spy on Miami partygoers. And the folks that shot it, you know, they have these Bay party deals they do, the Miami Beach Memorial Day weekend celebrations. And it's kind of a hip-hop crowd out there all dressed up in bathing suits. It is the beach. And I see all these comments. You've gone to a new low showing us this hip-hop garbage, Jones. This is absolutely disgusting. What, that people like to drive around and dress up in fancy cars and go have fun at the beach? There are worse crimes. And I see comments like, good. They look dangerous. It's good to watch them with a drone. The point is there's 30,000 drones being launched. And, I mean, it's a lot of the comments here are like, this is not family material. It's some women in bathing suits at the beach. The point here is that it's an exhibit, because this is the only video of the drone, and I went and searched the term drones in Miami, and they've bought 3 different ones. They've got a big one that's like a mini Predator that flies around at up to 10,000 feet watching people quietly. And they got one that sounds like a weed eater taking off. And then they've got this one, and it's got flashing lights. They want you to know it's there. It's a police drone, and it's the only video of it in action. I'm sick of everything becoming, oh my gosh, I saw some women in some bathing suits. Okay, don't watch the video if it's so incredibly horrifying. Okay? I don't think it's women in bathing suits you don't like. I think it's black people you don't like. Anyways, that's another issue. I never got to this yesterday, and I've got to get to it. This is the media doing this. They've got these new ads out, billboards, TV ads. I want to play one of them, where it says being white is inherently unfair and evil. And they're running these. And see, I'm going to give you the rest of the story. Do you know what these ads actually do? These are actually meant to create racial division so the government can be the referee, and so people never actually become friends and get along. This is to make everybody uncomfortable, and it's going to actually cause white people to not hire black people. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are into hour number 2. And for the next 40 minutes or so, in fact, guys, I watched this weeks ago when I was sent it. It just came out a few days ago, but I was sent an advance copy. That was in even another DVD case than this. But is there even a trailer for this? Because I saw it, I guess it was more like a month ago. I was sent a screener. We're now carrying it at Infowars.com. Dreams of My Real Father, Joel Gilbert. But is there a trailer for it? We need to get that added to the Infowarshop.com so folks can watch that, because I want to be able to play some of that on air. It doesn't matter. The director is coming on. And when I first heard about this, I'm like, yeah, well, you know, we don't really know who Obama is. But, you know, this could be far-fetched. But when you actually watch the film, it is pretty darn compelling. In fact, back up. Jack up the audio on that. Let's play the trailer right now before we come back to him. And then we got Lord Moncton joining us from Rio with an update. And then I'm going to give you the inside scoop on the police state brainwashing of the new Batman movie coming out. And people think when you say police state, police have said to me, well, why are you bashing police? That'd be like saying Hitler set up a police state. You're not against the German police. You're saying don't let yourselves be turned